Hey everyone, Josh here, WarGamingNewb Historical, back with another hobby vlog this time around. It is my bolt action project list for October to November 2024. I know we're midway through October, so I wanted to show a little bit of the progress that I have made that is not on this list in my preparation to start playing Bolt Action 3rd Edition on the channel. But before I do that, let's go through the list of what I have planned. This helps me to kind of keep things on track as I start getting ready to play Bolt Action 3rd Edition. So, model-wise, I have three categories here: Pacific Campaign, North Africa and Crete, and then Soviets. For the Pacific Campaign, I am still working on building out the Island Assault 2-player starter. My plan is hopefully to complete the entirety of that box and then utilize that for version 3 of the game. Aside from that 2-player starter, I do have a number of things that I really want to focus on. One is to start painting up the Army Support Group. In September, for Mini Warman's Paint Challenge, I did do the Medium Machine Gun team, so that's done. But I have the rest of that support group to complete, and I'm hopefully going to have that done by the end of November. I also have a US 75mm howitzer team that I want to finish, just so that I can have some artillery for the Marines. I have the M3 half-track actually all built from the Island Assault starter. I just need to paint it. And then I am working on building and painting the Chi-Ha that was included there. And then after all that's complete, I'm going to reconfigure my US Marines and Japanese lists for version 3 and hopefully be able to use this moving forward for Pacific Campaign. Moving on to North Africa, I did, I do have an 8th Army and Africa Corps list done, but there are a few things that I want to add in order to fully flesh it out a little bit more. So I want to paint up my SDKFZ 222. I do have it primed, just need to paint it. I do have primed the Tiger 1, which I've had for a few years. Need to paint that. And then I, of course, need to reconfigure my 8th Army and Africa Corps lists for version 3. I also want to build out my Commonwealth force and my Fallschirmjäger force so that I can do Crete, because I do have kind of that early mid-war Fallschirmjäger team all done. Just need to add a little bit more in order to flesh that out as a list. Again, my goal for my lists are to get them to 500 points, and they'll be usable for small games of Bolt Action. At some point, I'm hoping to expand to 1,000 points and beyond, but at this point, I'm comfortable playing 500 points on the channel. All right, moving on to Soviets. I still need to do my Soviet weapons teams. That needs to be done. They just need to be painted. I have been digging around and found a number of things here. I do have a Soviet support group box I need to build and paint. I do want to start off with an 8-man squad, an officer for infantry, and then I have a T-34-76 that I need to paint up. Rounding out my list for October and November in preparation for filming, I do now have the version 3 rulebook, so I'm going to go ahead and do a read-through review of that. Probably spin out more videos from the book, kind of doing a deeper dive, but separate from the read-through review. I'm going to film, and finally I'm going to film how to play Bolt Action version 3 using the 1/35th scale models that I've been working on recently. So, anyway, that is the talking portion of this video. I'm going to go ahead and show off what I've completed this past weekend. Alright guys, here it is, what I spent the weekend working on. I got the Flammpanzerwagen right there, the 251-1, and then a Panzer III. Just trying to get through my German armor backlog in preparation to start using some of this stuff for Bolt Action version 3. I know just by doing a cursory look at the version 3 rulebook that the Flammpanzerwagen is not listed in the generic lists that they have in there. So that'll probably come out when the Armies of Germany book, the new version, comes out, I hope. In any case, the half-tracks obviously are some of the easiest models that you can assemble from Warlord. That's why I was able to knock both of these two out. I've actually had this 251-1 sitting in my pile of shame for quite some time. Actually, primer gray, but I decided to use it for late war transport for my Waffen SS or my here late war Germans. Panzer III, obviously going to be going for my Africa Corps force, just to have some armor just have some armor available that I can use in an armored platoon, because I do have the Stug already, and a couple other things. But yeah, was very pleased to get these done. I do have Panzer IV that I need to complete, and the Tiger, which again will go for Africa Corps, will go into my Africa Corps force. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, as I'm working through this backlog of stuff I have for bolt action, I'll start going through the rule book, getting prepared. I actually will have a follow-up video to my read-through review regarding building up 500-point forces for my first game of version 3. So anyway, that is it. If you like this video, go ahead and click like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I appreciate it if you would. Click the bell notification icon to get notified of all new hobby vlog coming out of the channel, and then click the link in the description below to join our Discord server. That is the best way I can personally interact with you and chit-chat you about bolt action and any other game that I cover on the channel. That's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more hobby vlog from WarGamingNewb Historical.